Hello everyone, welcome to the Mammothon tutorials. I hope you're all excited to get started. We're going to start off with a short introduction. So first of all, I wanted to introduce myself. I'm Rebecca, I'm the Programme Manager for the Mammothon from Encode Club. And I'll be in contact with you throughout the programme, and if you have any questions at all, then I'm the person to ask. So just send me a message on Discord or by email, and I'll try my best to help you out in any way that I can. So at Encode Club, we're an education community. We help you learn, build and forge your careers in emerging technology. We do this through educational events like hackathons, public education series, boot camps and accelerators. And we hope those of you who are new and joining us from the Mammothon will stick around in our community as you build and grow, because we're really excited to be part of your journey. So let's talk about the Mammothon. It's a really simple process. You have 28 days to build and ship your projects and be in with a chance of winning part of the $250,000 prize pool. So that is huge. The prize pool is going to be split evenly between the top 10 teams across all idea tracks. Now, this is where the Mammothon is a special event. In the Mammothon, you don't have to come up with your own project concept. There are Celestia Ecosystem partners who have shared ideas on what they want to see built on their tech stack. So they've given you all the resources that you need to succeed. You can build unstoppable apps, you can craft on-chain worlds, and you can upgrade the internet. The last thing to mention about the Mammothon before we move on to the tutorials is that in order to participate, you must be in a team of 3 to 5 devs. If you've not already, please read your emails for information on how to build up your team or how to register the other team members in your team to make sure that you qualify to compete in the Mammothon. When we launch, we'll have over 30 ideas, which means a few more are going to be announced very soon, so keep an eye out for that. And each one comes with a matching tutorial. This is really important. We want to make sure that you have everything you need to start the Mammothon so that you succeed. In these workshops, you're going to get all the essential technical skills that you need, and you're going to have the opportunity to ask questions and clarify requirements with each of the idea partners. Okay, so that is everything from me. Let's jump right in.
So, hello everyone. My name is Cheyenne Sanjita. I'm a developer relations engineer at Movement Labs. Prior to this, I was working on I was a Move Smart contract engineer. I used to just dabble in like the Aptos and Sui ecosystems, and then I officially joined the Sui Foundation as a DevRel. And then since then, I've joined Movement Labs also as a DevRel. And a lot of my day-to-day at Movement is spent working with ecosystem teams to go 0 to 1. So if they have an idea of what they want to build, or if they're already building something, just working with teams to help get them across the finish line. So in this quick presentation, I want to go over 5 things. First is an overview of Movement. 2 is the Move virtual machine. 3 is the Move language. 4 is an architectural overview of Movement. And 5 are additional resources. So let's start with, first, why should we use the MoveVM? But before that, here's some context. So currently, Solidity is the most used smart contract language. However, it's prone to attacks. As of date, over $7.6 billion USD have been hacked so far. So this pie chart shows some of the reasons as to why these hacks have occurred over the years. Some of them, as you can see, include private key compromise, access control exploit, and so on. So because of this, many educators and security experts are helping to improve the landscape, and we've seen that in the form of the rise of auditing companies, security features added to both like Solidity and external libraries, etc. But the whole thesis of Move and Movement is, what if we could provide devs with another environment altogether? This is where the Move language comes in. So the Move language was first introduced by the Diem or Libra projects at Facebook. And they introduced both the Move language and the MoveVM itself. One of the biggest things that this provided was a new paradigm where the shift goes on to resource-oriented programming. So instead of acting on particular accounts that own NFTs and accounts that own tokens, It's now you, the address owner, that actually owns the tokens, the NFTs, etc. One of the biggest things that this accomplishes is that the shift goes from working on accounts to working on the assets themselves. Thus, now in Move, assets are now a first-class citizen. Move also supports the formal verification of smart contracts, and the Move language is currently used in Aptos and Sui, and now most recently Movement. So some of the biggest key concepts in Move are the following. Data should be stored in the account that owns it and not the account that published it. So for example, in EVM land, right? Anytime you want to interact with the token, anytime you want to buy or sell a token or trade a token, you need to call back into the original smart contract that instantiated it. Move says this shouldn't be the case. You shouldn't have to talk to the smart contract every time you want to move one of your assets around. You should the asset should exist in your account wholly. The second is data flow should have minimal constraints with an emphasis on ecosystem usability. Third, Move prefers static type safety over runtime safety via the use of generics. And finally, a signer should be required to restrict access to adding or removing assets to an account unless it's explicitly clear. And that begs the question, well, what is resource-oriented programming? And again, as I said earlier, this shift focuses on managing resources such as memory in a way that's more explicit and controlled. And in this case, this memory can refer to NFTs, fungible tokens like meme coins, or identities like a Move name service. And ownership and transfer rules are very explicit. The resources are moved rather than copied, and hence the name Move of the programming language and the VM itself. So let's take a look at some of the benefits here. So this is some example code that I wrote for an RPG game. Let's say you're playing like as a hero in a game, and you're currently equipping an item, and you want to de-equip it and equip another. In this game, for example, you would call in the equip item function, and it would take in 3 parameters: a mutable reference to the hero, the character, the item that you wish to equip, and the inventory where you want to equip the previous item or where the new item is coming from. Sorry. So if the hero has already equipped, let's go through this code just to make sure like you can see what it's doing. And one of my favorite things about Move is that even if if this is your first time seeing Move, it's so easy that you can just read through what it's doing in plain English. So if a hero already has an item equipped in this slot, if has equipped item, and then the hero, the old item must be handled. Move's type system enforces this. You want the old item to go back into the inventory, and that's what these 2 lines here do, and then you want to equip the new item. It's as easy as that. So why movement? Essentially, we bring the MoveVM to Ethereum, and this like graphic kind of demonstrates how it all comes together. So movement stack uses really 3 different layers, right? We use the movement network for execution. We use Celestia for data availability. And then finally, blocks are settled on Ethereum. So if you'd like to learn more about movement, I recommend checking out these resources. The QR code on the left links to a developer portal, links to the Movement developer portal, I should say, where we have all the resources available for learning Move from 0 to 1. So whether you're a beginner, intermediate, expert, whatever, we have something in here for everybody. The QR code on the right links to our Telegram builder group. So if you're looking to meet new builders in the Movement ecosystem, please join this. This QR code is separate from the Celestia Hackathon, but we also have an AI Hackathon that's ongoing. If you're interested in joining, I recommend you guys joining the QR code. This is an AI-focused hackathon, though, so not so much. This is Movement's very own AI Hackathon, I should say. So if you're interested in joining, please go ahead and do so. And then thank you for listening. Now let me, I'll stop sharing this screen, and I'll share the list of ideas that we want to see for this hackathon. All right, cool. So you guys should be able to see this. So this is a list of we have 2 ideas that we'd really like to see built for the Mammothon hackathon. So the first idea is the following: a prediction market for friend groups. So you guys are probably familiar with prediction markets at this point, right? Polymarket seems to have really taken the world by storm, but Polymarket, as you may know, is a global prediction market, right? You are there to bet on global events such as, who's going to win the presidency, who'll win a particular sports game, etc. In this case, what we're talking about here is a prediction market only for friend groups. So the biggest thing to note is that this could be an app that builds something between anywhere between 2 to 10, or just a small group of people that lets small friend groups bet on personal goals or outcomes. For example, who'll lose the most weight by the end of the month, or which BD friend will land the most logo X logo announcements. JK. The biggest thing is that this encourages friendly competition, accountability, and helps small communities use token-based predictions as social motivation. The business model for such an idea would be the following. Via transaction fees, the app could take a small fee from each prediction pool or bet placed. Subscription features such as advanced analytics, custom prediction markets, private group branding, and then partnerships. So you can collaborate with other apps like fitness apps, like for weight loss, productivity trackers, or etc. Tech stack. To build this on Movement, you would obviously need to do it in Move. And as a result, we have several smart contracts or modules that you can reference. Front end would be via a React or other front end framework. And then, although this is for personal outcomes, if you do want to use an external data source, you'll be able to use an oracle such as Pyth. Some additional notes of some things you could potentially build into this include gamification, integrating badges or points, or inspiration, right? Taking social accountability apps like Diet Bet, right? So this is all just to encourage friendly, small-scale betting circles. Now, the second idea that I like to cover is a token incentivized data marketplace for AI training. So here's the concept. This platform enables researchers, companies, or even independent developers to launch data collection campaigns for AI training. Whether the target data is health, shopping, or browsing behaviors, creators can specify what type of data they need and define quality criteria. Users who choose to participate share their data and get rewarded with tokens. The platform incorporates mechanisms to ensure data authenticity, privacy, and proper verification to maintain data quality and trust between creators and contributors. So the business model would be the following. It would be in the form of campaign fees, where campaign creators pay a fee in stablecoins or actual platform tokens to launch a data request. The marketplace takes a percentage. It'd be possible to offer premium verification services and then data monetization by selling that data in bulk, anonymized and in bulk, to various other companies. And then similarly to the other one, tech stack, if you want to write Move, which you have to for Movement, you have to do so in the form of Move smart contracts. So here are some places you can learn again. Front end, whether React, Web3.js, etc. And then if you want to host this data, you can use something like IPFS or Arweave. And then some additional notes to consider if you want to build this include incentive alignment. So this includes tokens to contributors. So if contributors submit verifiably correct data, they should receive tokens, right? They should have this financial stake for providing what you want. And then staking for creators. Creators should also stake tokens to ensure that they have the funds to pay out contributors. The reputation system, if you want to build this for contributors, you can gain points, right? Similar to how you might do so on eBay for selling and buying items. This would increase your reputation on the platform. And on the flip side, for campaign creators, if you have a history of paying out fairly, this helps encourage people to work for you. And then user onboarding, give a few tutorials like, why is this important? Why do we need to build such a thing? And then as well as clear instructions on how to format data such that it meets campaign requirements. And yeah, that's everything that I'd like to share for this presentation. Thank you so much, everyone. Let me know if anyone has any questions. I'll be happy to answer them now. And I'm also in the Discord as well. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to tag me in there. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Cheyenne, for giving a walkthrough of movement and your ideas. We have someone typing in the chat, so we'll give them a minute to get their question out. They're saying thank you. So do we have any questions about the movement ideas? Otherwise, I'll just make a few announcements as it's the end of the week. No, it doesn't look like it. Okay, amazing. So as Cheyenne said, in the Encode Club Discord, you can very soon talk to all of the mentors associated with each project idea by tagging their team. They've all been assigned roles, so they'll be notified when you have a question for them, and they can help you out with whatever you're interested in about their idea, whether it's resources or clarification or further information about it. So make sure that you're interacting with the mentors, because they are one of your best resources. They know what they're talking about, and they can be your ticket to winning in the Mammothon. So it's definitely worth using them as a resource. Can I reach out later on the Hackers Telegram? I think one of the hackers would like to reach out to you, Cheyenne, on the... Could you share the link to the QR code that you sent earlier for the movement hackathon?
Oh yes, let me find it.
I'll let you find that, and I'll keep talking. So as a couple of people have asked, the recordings of all of these sessions are uploaded onto the Encode Club YouTube channel. They're all on a playlist, and they're also all linked in the Hacker Pack and on the partner rooms in the Discords. There's lots of places you can find them, and they're also a really good resource for choosing which idea you're going to build. So make sure that you catch up with any sessions that you miss and rewatch any sessions that you do attend if you want to see any coding demos again, or if you want to get some information that was in the slideshow. So I did send a link to the Notion page where all the recordings are, but you'll also find the playlist on the Encode Club channel and the equivalent videos in each Discord channel. So you shouldn't miss them. So that is the end of week 1 of the Mammothon tutorials. Cheyenne has just shared some useful links in the chat for anyone who's interested. The only other thing to mention today is that you now have 2 weeks to have formed until you have to have formed your team in order to compete in the Mammothon. So this is a very important part of the Mammothon. You need to be in a team of 3 to 5 people. If you've received an email saying that your eligibility is at risk, you need to respond to it, and you need to go about finding a team, be that with a random assignment of a team, joining a team formation session, or adding your own team members if you have a team but haven't registered them yet. So this is very important, and you need to do it. Otherwise, you risk not being able to build, which would be a disaster, in my opinion. Cheyenne has answered the question in chat. Just for the recording, Tristan asked if we can use SUI with movement, and Cheyenne says no, it supports Aptos Move only at the moment. Just for the recording there, although you can read it in chat. Okay, so unless we have any other questions or comments today, we'll end the session here. Happy Friday, everyone. I hope you have a really nice weekend, whether you're busy building or relaxing. I know everyone spends their weekend differently. Thank you again, Cheyenne, for joining us. And I'm not sure if Manav is still in the room, but we also thank him for joining us on a Friday. I hope you guys all find these tutorials useful. You'll hear more about the team formation session on email if you've registered your interest for it. If you haven't done this already and you would like to, please email me and I can arrange that for you. Mateus will not be relaxing this weekend. Okay, amazing. I will see you all in the Discord probably over the weekend. Otherwise, I'll see you on Monday in our day 6 of the Mammothon tutorials. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
All right, thank you. And thank you for having me. And thank you, everyone. Have a good one. Bye.